Alright guys, hey from Mexico. I am here at a Starbucks on Christmas Eve. I have a message. Now, I have two main messages for this video today. The first is that there's always hope for you. And the second is that you have a right and a sacred duty to protect and defend yourself against evil. So let me explain by talking about the first one. Many people forget that this body, the corporal body, is made of atoms and cells. It's made of things that disappear. And when the essence of who you are, is not in this body, it becomes just like the earth, the dirt, the mushrooms, the fallen logs. And because of that, it means that you can change entirely from one moment to the next. So, if you are completely far gone on your diet right now, you are stuck in a toxic relationship, you are, like me, still dealing with horrific traumas from your childhood, characters, the worst characters from your life just keep popping back up over and over again. When I moved here to Mexico, I've been here for a year now. I would say that I have encountered the Mexican and then sometimes Canadian or American version, if we're talking about the expats, version of probably the 10 worst characters that I've encountered throughout my entire life. They've showed up here again, okay? And I really had to show up and be myself. This called the hero out of me because of that, which is a little bit frustrating. I think I kind of wanted the story I rescued myself. I got out of that horrific relationship, the horrible situation. I was trapped in the United States with, bad situation. And I got myself here. Now what? Now am I going to meet the amazing people? Now am I going to meet the great people? No. And I think if we think about spiral dynamics, as we're going up, ascending, every breath we take, we've learned and acquired new information, even if it's just through our eyes, right? How much our eyes pick up, how much our senses pick up. We're constantly learning and growing. Some people apply it, some people don't. But in general, that's what we're doing. And as we do the spiral, the constant growth that many plants and things in nature tend to follow, we find that things come back around again. And every time they come back around, we handle them better. And then eventually they kind of work their way out of our energetic system.
The second thing is about evil. You have the right to defend and protect yourself against evil. Don't ever forget that. We live in a world that wants to condition you to believe that you are not owned by yourself. That when you're a kid, you have to ask permission to use the washroom by the authority figures. We are really being conditioned by that. It's especially showing up today. We have a lot of people in Canada who are experiencing a lot of quote-unquote mysterious health issues. And many people, young people just dying out of the blue shortly after questionable experimental medical procedures that were imposed upon them. And people are trying to ask, did that person get what? And people refuse to talk to them. They refuse to say, they don't want to talk about it. And this is how evil flourishes. This is how evil flourishes in your life, how evil flourishes in the family. It's by unexamined pain. It's by evil and wrongdoings that are never confronted or dealt with. And so they're allowed to perpetuate in darkness. And I just want you to know, any form of evil that's in your life, these could be the thoughts in your own mind, right? These thoughts that try to hold back your life force or tell you lies about yourself, right? You have the right to defend and protect yourself against those things. You are not those thoughts. If those thoughts lie, if those thoughts had the truth about everything, they could also tell you the lottery ticket numbers, the winning lottery ticket numbers, right? So why do you believe them when they tell you the negative shit? Don't believe it. And there is a full-out attack being launched against so many people. I've dealt with it with my clients this year. I've dealt with it within myself. Remember, if you're just letting your brain run on autopilot, it's going to be absorbing all kinds of negative messages because our brains are trained to look for threats and negativity to help keep us alive. You have to actively program your brain to believe beautiful, magical, wonderful things about yourself and your life, and that's how you start changing your reality.
Here I am, the sun is hot, it's beautiful, there are flowers. I can wear a beautiful dress and walk down the street. I go home and have a nap. I'm probably going to watch Home Alone too. And I feel really grateful for that. So I just want to talk to you all about a couple of things that I have going on. First, I have calls available. They're only 111. If you book before January 3rd. Prices are going up January 3rd because I'm going to be super busy and less available. So yeah, if you want to book a call with me, make sure you do it before January 3rd. Even if you're booking it into the new year, that's okay. But I do have a lot of time between now and January 1st because you guys know I don't really celebrate this kind of stuff. I like to get on my game and start working on things while everyone's resting. Okay, that's what I do. That's kind of how I am. I take my breaks strange times of the day. I don't like to work on Mondays or Tuesdays, stuff like that. I took a lot of breaks this month. I took a lot of breaks this past year. Some of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was at the beach, last week and up on the rooftop dancing, having a great old time. So I actually have some space for calls this week, and I'm getting them in because I'm going to be super busy in January. As many of you know, I'm going to be at the Greater Reset 4 in Morelia, Mexico. Now, this is the only, I think they're calling it the only event in the world that's completely dedicated to foiling the plans of the Great Reset. They have it written better on the website. Or maybe I'll put it here, I'll put it down below. So if you're someone who's not on board with the agenda for the way the world is marching towards these days, and you're looking for people who aren't just sitting around complaining, but actively working on their lives and coming up with solutions, then this is a great opportunity for you. And you also get to meet me. I would love to meet you there. I have a workshop on the 21st, but the whole event is a week long. Morelia is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. You will not regret it. It's got a lot of authentic Mexican living, authentic architecture, history. So I'm totally stoked to be there. I hope I can meet you there. I'm also going to be offering an immersion experience. If you want to come to where I live and experience my life and kickstart your health, kickstart feeling much better, we're at a sea level where you're going to be taking in a lot more oxygen, so you're going to feel a lot better a lot sooner. And also, if you want to take up martial arts with my maestro 3 times a week, I got you covered. You want to come for an immersion experience for 1 month, I recommend it. This is going to be a completely boutique experience. It's not offered to everyone, okay? It's not for everyone. So you'll get to experience just everything that I have about life here. Going to the market, filling up with more fruits, vegetables, and spices, and beautiful trees that you can carry, things that you haven't used before. Take the bus and I'll show you all the different seaside villages you can visit. These are not places that are very common on the map, so they're not filled with too many tourists. They're, low in expense, high in beautiful nature. And I don't want to go out here and be advertising this place to everyone, okay? But for special people who are really interested and really want a life-changing experience, this is for you. So go ahead, book a call for that below, and I would love to talk to you. If you want to come here even just, during your time, you can experience, you want to get a full MRI done for under $50. You want to get, an ultrasound done on your whole abdomen and upper body for $40. You want to get your entire teeth cleaned and examined and everything by a much better dentist than you have back in the States and Canada for $40. I mean, come here, okay? And I'll help you out. Not only that, but we have got access to prescription drugs here without prescription. So some of you have been wondering about my skin. I am on that tretinoin, okay? Tretinoin, you need to go see a dermatologist. get a prescription and pay a bunch of money for it in the United States. Here in Mexico, you just need to be able to walk into the drugstore, ask for tretinoin, and have $2 on you. And you're gonna have access to an ingredient. Look at my forehead. You're gonna have access to an ingredient that is the main active ingredient in all of the $200 skin creams that people are buying. So I've worked in this industry for many years. And so I've seen these products, I've seen their efficacy. This is the pure, unadulterated product. I know how to get it, I can help you, it's super easy. It's a sham and a travesty, it's not available in Canada, the US, but that's just how things are. And that's how they keep people away. They scare them about what life is like here and all the bad things that will happen to you, because honestly, it's a whole lot better. So I am just enjoying the feeling of the sun on my back. I don't think that living in cold, dark countries is good for anyone's health as human beings. If you agree with me, I would love to see you here in Mexico. Come next month to the Greater Reset 4. I know many of you have been, in your homes, isolated and disconnected, and you just want to be somewhere where you can be with like-minded people, enjoy some sun and some connection and some amazing speakers and workshops. So yeah, do it. Don't wait, guys, don't wait. I waited for a lot of things in my life. I turned 40 this year. And it's actually a really good transition for me, because I'm like, yeah, now I can say that in my 40s, I never gave time to weak men. I never messed with men who were jealous of me. I never messed with men who were, where I was the best thing they had going in their life. That's not what I'm looking for anymore. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in raising someone else's son or being someone's mom or someone's free life coach. None of that, no more of that. It's a new decade, a new era of my life. And I'd love to hear about how this year has been for you. What kind of change have you been going through? What have you noticed? Leave it in the comments below. I'm dealing with a lot lately, but I'm just taking everything day by day. And that's what I would recommend to everyone. Just remember that, the way the ocean can shift, the way the weather can shift. This is, your cells are made of the same thing. Even if you feel far gone, change your weather, change your water. Go to the gym, put on some music, go for a walk. I was gonna say in the sun, some of you don't have it, that's fine. Go for a walk and do something fun, Go to a place that has a heat lamp or a hot tub or a sauna, and get whatever you can, wherever you can get it. I used to go in the middle of winter in Calgary, and I used to go for red light UV therapy, going and tanning my skin at the dermatologist's office. And it was like, my skin was just drinking in. It was just like a relief, right? Now I have the greatest luxury, which is this sun, this natural, beautiful sun on my skin. I hope that this message brings you whatever you needed to hear at this point, because you matter. I know it's hard to believe. Sometimes you're like, what is this? What is all this about? Why do I have to do it? Trust me, you can get somebody else to do it, like the TikTok. Yeah, no, I totally get it, I totally get it. I've been to the other side. I've been passed out, I've been dead before, and every time I have to come back, I'm like, why? It's like if you're used to watching everything in 4K and suddenly someone's like, all right, now you get to go back to black and white. You're like, what? That's what this world is like. So while we're here, just make the absolute best of it and know that there's something better coming along the way. You just have to make it through. I kind of knew when I moved here that it was my sacred duty for me to make it through surviving and living here. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. It felt really overwhelming and scary at times. But we don't have to not be afraid, right? That's how we develop bravery, by being afraid and acting anyway. And I did it out here many, many times. I have stories. You all know I'm making an ebook about it. Come on. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.